Continuing with, we had left off on the prior reading with night 300 of Arabian Nights, and we had said when they had come to his house and had knocked on the door, a servant came out, and Masur told him to tell his master that he was wanted by the commander of the faithful. After the servant had gone in and told him that Abu Muhammad came out to find Mazur, the chamberlain of the Caliph, accompanied by the servants of Muhammad al-Zabadi, he kissed the ground before Mazur, said to hear the commands of the commander of the faithful is to obey them. He invited the visitors into his house, and they said, this can only be a quick visit if you are to follow the Caliph's instructions as he is awaiting for you to come. Then wait a short time for me to get ready, said Abu Muhammad. As he had done his best to persuade them, they went in with him, and in the entrance hall they found hangings of blue brocade embroidered with red gold. Abu Muhammad took a number of his servants to take Mazur to the bath in his house. When they did this, Mazur discovered remarkable walls and marble slabs adorned with gold and silver, while the water was mixed with rose water. A crowd of servants surrounded him and his companions, attending to all their needs, and when they left the bath, they were dressed in robes of brocade, embroidered with gold. When they went back into the house, they found Abu Muhammad seated in his upper room underneath the hangings of gold, brocade set with pearls and other precious stones. The room itself was furnished with couches adorned with red gold, while he himself sat on a covering laid over a throne set with gems. My goodness. We're reading night 300.
Can surpass that.
Well, I gotta listen to this story. When Muhammad entered, Abu Muhammad came to meet him and greeted him and sat him down beside him. He ordered a table of food to be brought, and when Mazur saw it, he exclaimed, my God, I have never seen anything to equal this in the Caliph's palace. There was food of every kind, all set out in gilded china. Mazur reported that they ate, drank, and enjoyed themselves until the end of the day, and Abu Muhammad then presented each of them with 5,000 dinars. Wow. The next day he gave them green robes embroidered with gold and showed them the greatest deference. Mazur told them that they couldn't stay any longer for fear of the Caliph, but Abu Muhammad said, Master, let me wait until tomorrow so that I can make my preparations to go with you. They stayed there that day, and on the following morning Abu Muhammad's servant saddled his mule with a saddle of gold, studded with all kinds of pearls and jewels. I wonder, said Mazur to himself, if when Abu Muhammad comes before him in all this pomp, the Caliph will ask how he came to be so wealthy. They then said goodbye to al-Jubadi and left Basra, traveling on until they reached Baghdad. When they entered the Caliph's presence and stood before him, Abu Muhammad was invited to sit, and when he had done so, he addressed the Caliph courteously, saying, Commander of the faithful, by way of presenting my services to you, I have brought you a gift. If you will allow me to fetch it. When the Caliph agreed to this, Abu Muhammad produced a chest, and after opening, he brought out presents. Among them were trees of gold with leaves of polished emeralds and fruits of rubies, topazes, and gleaming pearls, which filled the Caliph with astonishment. Abu Muhammad then opened another chest and took out a tent of brocade adorned with pearls, rubies, emeralds, chrysolites.
That's why the Americans were there after reading the Arabian Nights. They wonder where all that gold is today.
Various other gems. They know it's in the ground. It's called
gems
black gold.
must be somewhere around Baghdad.
Here they went for the black gold.
They went for all those treasures.
If they can get the black gold, then they can.
That's not real treasure. There are stories somewhere.
Here they wanted the black gold so they can control their warship, so then they can control other people, and then they could take anything they wanted. That's an imperialist empire. Its supports were made from fresh Indian, its aloe wood, its fringes were set with emeralds, and on it were pictures, every one representing living creatures of all sorts, both birds and beasts, and then in turn were set with rubies, emeralds, hyacinths, as well as precious stones of all kinds. Al Hasid was delighted to see all this. And Abu Muhammad said, You shall not think, Commander of the Faithful, that I have brought you this because I was influenced by fear or desire. I see myself as a common man. This treasure is suitable for no one but the Caliph. If you permit me, I shall show you some of my powers. Do as you wish, and let us see, said Hasid. To hear is to obey, replied Abu Muhammad. He moved his lips and pointed towards the battlements of the palace, which bent down towards him, and then after a second gesture went back to their place. At a wink from him, closets appeared with bolted doors, and when he spoke to them, he answered by bird song. All this astonished Al Hasid, who said, From where have you got all this? You who are known as Mohammed the Sluggard. He's a sluggard. I am told that your father was a barber surgeon working in the baths who left you nothing. Listen to my story, Commander of the Faithful, said Abu Muhammad. Now, the night ends here. So, the Caliph has a choice. He can either put Scheherazade to death and not know the end of the story, or he has to keep her alive for the night 301 so I can hear the rest of the story. Why don't you stop there then and then pick it up at night 301? We are stopping here with 300.
No, you don't stop.
I need the time, I think. 300. We read night 300.
We did not begin from the one. No?
I know it's messed up,
We
but
read 5 stories.
You have desire to read all the stories?
We'll see.
Why don't you just do a few at a time?
Oh, you cannot read them all at once.
All right, then we're gonna do each night we read a story.
The same way they did it.
After 1001 nights, we'll have read the book.
You mean you read to me the same way she read to him?
I'm gonna read you the 1001 nights the same way she read them. We were reading.
Okay, that will be enough for 1,000 nights.
We finished reading the night 300 without leaving off the end of the story, because it's picked up in night 301. We're reading from Malcolm Lyons with Ursula Lyons. Is that his wife? Penguin Books.